gentlemen, welcome to the main event.
Let's go.
Round one. Fight.
Thank you for tuning in to the Crypto Street Podcast. Here are your hosts, Killer Whale, Prince, and Crypto Dale.
And remember to tip your waitress.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in, Crypto Street Podcast. My name is Crypto Dale, coming live from big, sunny, snowy Iowa. What's good out there? Killer, what's going on?
Happy Friday, everybody. I think you'll be listening to this on Friday the 26th. I'm here in LA doing pretty damn well. It's a glorious sunny day as usual. Hope you guys are having a good start to your day on Friday. Hope everyone has a good weekend. It's good to be here.
Prince, my man.
What's up?
What's the weather up in Canada doing?
Getting cold again.
So no windows open, no sweatshirts
No
today?
way, bro.
No windows are open. It was winter boots and a parka, so it was
And
cold.
a parka, goddamn.
Yeah.
Indoors.
You see
by
any
the
polar
way.
bears with Coca-Cola today?
None. They were out hiding, I guess.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm totally stoked about our guest tonight. I know he's got a ton of followers, about 32,000, but I still think he's pretty undervalued. I think he deserves a hell of a lot more like bully status followers. He is a pod member, one of my favorite follows, along with everyone. You know, I feel like a lot of our guests so far have been my favorite followers, kind of seeking them out. But Beastlorion, my man, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, man. You're too kind. It's good to be here.
Very excited that you are joining us tonight. So let's kind of start out by just telling everyone listening how you got into the crypto space, kind of when, and maybe a little bit of, what intrigued you about getting in.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. My first encounter with crypto was back in 2016. I was going through a programming boot camp, and one of my good friends from there was working on a project on kind of like a server-side Bitcoin, kind of a way to like communicate with a Bitcoin node, and then make an interface to interact with it. And that was super cool. That was my first encounter with it, and I guess I kind of brushed it off my shoulder at first until early 2000. Hold on, am I getting my years right? Yeah, no, hold on a second. We got to go a whole year back. That was 2015. 2016, early 2016. I remember this very specifically because the first day I ever looked at an exchange in crypto, I went on to Poloniex in February 2016. And I got to watch Expanse go up like 4,000% in a day. And it was at that point where I was like, okay, so I've been busting my ass in school for like a few years now, and I haven't gotten anywhere. And I see this shit go up 4,000% in a day. And I'm thinking, okay, if I can be a part of this, if I can get into the next whatever Expanse is, then maybe I can make some money for myself and get myself somewhere. So that's kind of my first encounter.
So that you could say that's what kind of intrigued you on getting into then. Huh?
Yeah, that was, I guess at first it was kind of the idea of just making tons of money really quickly, but I didn't really invest seriously until later that year after I actually got a job to make money to invest. Before that, I was dead broke. And then, later 2016, was working at my job and just piling money into crypto. That was when I really started to understand what it was all about, the tech behind it. And I thought it was super cool. Nobody knew about it. The only people that I did know about it I thought were incredibly smart. So that's where I started to put all the money that I didn't need to use into crypto. And then by the beginning of last year, so early 2017, I actually left my job to go find a job as a web developer somewhere. And it turned out the day I left, my last day was March 19th or 21st, somewhere in there, which is right about when all of the altcoins and Bitcoin just started taking off. And I realized that there was no point in getting a job at this point. It's like, okay, if I can just focus on crypto 24/7, this is an opportunity that is never going to happen again in my lifetime. So, well, at least not for a long time. So,
yeah, I think that's really interesting that you talked about, the monetary aspect being the initial thing that got you into crypto, because I think that's the easy thing for people to understand is, I think especially if you put it in dollar terms and you go, I put 5,000 in and 6 months later I had 80,000. They go, what? And it's like in their heads, they go, well, I have 10,000 throw around, so I could get 160,000. And like, you really have to put it in dollar terms. Even if you put it in percentage terms, the average person doesn't quite click. Like they might go like, oh, that sounds like a big number. Like I'm up 4,000%, like you said, but you have to really put it in like monetary terms. And then the tech is what comes later, because that's what's tough to understand and what's complex and what is dense and something that you really have to put some time into, concentrate on, and kind of pour your heart into to understand and really buy into the whole thing. Yeah, for sure.
I love that point you said about how you had just like decided to leave your job, and the next thing you know, altcoins are taking off.
Oh yeah,
it was like I had such a similar situation. Like I was just working some garbage job to pretty much save up money for school, go back next semester, and then I was like, got sick of it, got sick of the people I was working with. I'm like, screw this. Like, I didn't really have anything in crypto. And then next thing, it was like the same time frame. It was like, wow, this somehow worked out really nicely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's funny too. Like you mentioned, Beast, that, or not funny, but for me, it was first thing that was eye-opening was the money to be made. And I was like, I don't give a shit about the technology. I don't care if I'm if I'm trading peanuts for money. I don't give a shit because I just want to make money. And now, being in for a while, you're kind of like, well, maybe this shit is going to take off, and it is awesome technology.
Yeah. I think that definitely during some of the bigger bull runs, just having the mindset of really like believing in what you're invested in helps you with the HODL process. Like if you're not serious about your investment, if you're trading and you are just putting your money in like the worst shit possible, or at least in from my experience, I just can't trust it. I start getting like emotional about it. Like, geez, why is my money in this garbage? And so, yeah, I do try to stay these days. I definitely try to stay towards coins that I believe in, the teams I believe in, the projects I believe in, things that aren't like things that have proven themselves. I'm not just going to go throw it in the next shitcoin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm the same way. I have a problem with coins. It's like I'm a concentrated kind of portfolio, but it's like I have a big issue with that. If I don't trust who's behind it, there's no way in hell I'm putting my money into it, because I need to know what I'm in, and then I can trade it.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Beast and get your take on this. Something big that came out today. Today's Thursday, the 25th. The Robinhood app kind of said that they're going to start trading crypto. So I know in a lot of the chats I'm in, that was really the talking point on what that means for crypto.
So let's zero commissions too.
Yeah, zero commission too. So let's get your take on that.
Right. Well, I'm not extremely experienced in trading stocks, but I've definitely done more research over the last year. And one of the things, the first thing you have to think about when investing in stocks is where are you going to do it? Before you even decide what stocks you want to buy, you have to know what platform you're going to use to invest on. And Robinhood was one of the options for me, but I saw a lot of bad user experiences from Robinhood. And so the vibe I'm kind of getting from Robinhood is that the people investing on it aren't going to be it isn't the big money getting involved from the Robinhood app. These are individuals, just like everyday normal people who, that's what Robinhood is supposed to kind of like make themselves useful for. Those are the kinds of people that they want on their platform, are everyday people. They make it super easy for them to just go and get involved.
Yeah, so working in finance, Robinhood is a super popular app. This app is the go-to source for any millennial, for the most part, who wants to trade stocks because, like you said, it's zero commission, which you go to E-Trade, Charles Schwab, pick a brokerage, you're at least going to pay $5 to $10. And it's not as user-friendly as Robinhood is either because Robinhood's an app, so it's like a familiar kind of interface for millennials and younger folks. And Robinhood has hundreds of thousands of users. So the fact that they are offering this service relating to crypto is a really big deal, purely in the sense of advertising, because just the fact that it's going to be on there, it's going to be in people's faces, especially young folks. It's worth mentioning that I would say this service is only going to be offered for now in California, Massachusetts, Missouri, Montana, and New Hampshire. So about 5 states, okay? But I mean, we're talking 5 out of 50, but that's kind of a bullish thing if you're talking about, massive amounts of people coming to crypto. So I think the impact might be a little bit delayed, but this is a big deal.
I think the biggest thing we're going to notice, actually don't know how they're splitting it up. When they say they're going into crypto, like Robinhood is supporting crypto, do they have like an ETF that they're going to support? I mean, I doubt they're going to have shit coins on there that people can just trade like individually.
Yeah, I'm really curious about that too. And there's a lot about it that I have questions. Even, their whole zero fee structure. It's like you got to think you're paying a pretty good you're playing a big spread probably or something like that. And they're going to make their fees somehow. Like I've been thinking about that. It's like, it just doesn't really make sense to me all that much. But yeah, like, I don't know if I don't think they'll be able to have a bunch of shit coins on there all the time. Like I don't think it's an ETF, but I think they're going to actually try to have Ethereum and Bitcoin, but I don't know if they'll be able to go much farther.
Yeah, I highly doubt it's an ETF because the SEC came out with this big list of 30 things that they want to see from people before they apply for any kind of crypto ETF in the future. And they're talking like Bitcoin. So I highly doubt, I don't know how they're doing it either, but that's a really good point.
I had heard that, I had read somewhere, I can't remember where, so I shouldn't even say this, but I had read it was just going to be Ethereum and Bitcoin.
That's awesome. If it's just Ethereum and Bitcoin, that would be pretty cool.
And it's kind of like another Coinbase, I would say, so that's a pretty fucking big deal. Like, honestly.
Yeah. Just go right on the App Store and download it.
Yeah.
So I just Googled it, and it says that right here, this article from Forbes.com said, Robinhood will launch in February. California, Massachusetts, Missouri, Montana, New Hampshire, like you said. They'll be able to track market data, read news, set price alerts for a roster of 16 cryptocurrency that includes
16?
Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, Ripple.
What?
Of course, Bitcoin and Ethereum. They don't list. There's 5 listed there, so there's 9.
So I did not know that. That's pretty bullish for those coins.
That's huge.
Yeah.
So that's probably going to be a bunch of ERC20 tokens. Probably that'll make up the rest, I imagine. Maybe
probably,
XMR and
right? Because Ethereum is the coin du jour of the corporate world.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're getting so many currencies involved. Just getting Bitcoin and Ethereum on is one thing, but then to get, 16 cryptocurrencies on all at once, like what the heck are they doing? They don't know what they're getting themselves into.
Yeah, right?
Well, you got to think now because these guys are going to turn into a direct competitor really for Coinbase, just for ease of use.
Not to mention
how's Coinbase going to step up their game now?
Yeah, and I'm telling you guys, I talk to these older folks in the finance world all the time, and so many of them go like, "Oh, my son, he trades on Robinhood. It's this commission-free app. Like, it's crazy. How are they going to stay in business if they don't make any commissions?" I'm like, "Oh my god, you guys have no idea how the new economy works. Like, you just attract users. Okay, if you make them pay, then you're kind of messing up in the first place." And so it's kind of interesting to see that. And it's like they think the concept of no fee is like, that's preposterous. How are they ever going to make any money? I'm like, you realize how much market share they're taking from you right now? Like, you are dead in the water and you don't even know it.
I don't know. We've gotten the worst of it, though, with crypto. We just get fucked by everyone. You got Bittrex just taking out I don't actually know what the exact percentage is right now, but for Coinbase, which is what, the majority of people use, the commissions are massive. You got like 1.5% commissions. Like, what the hell are they doing with that? It's no wonder they made $1 billion in revenue.
Oh, but they can get away with it.
Yeah,
it's such a niche market, right?
It's so stupid.
These guys know they can make, like, what did Coinbase? I think I read somewhere they made $1 billion in revenue last year.
They're a juggernaut.
It's insane.
They're the first crypto unicorn, which is a startup within $1 billion plus valuation.
And their fees are outrageous.
Yeah.
So,
part of the reason why.
But they're the only place that people trust to use. So, they really got the first mover advantage.
I mean, let's be honest. They do it well to attract new people. It's friendly. It's nice. It's colorful. It's
and you can use your credit card.
I mean, personally, I send everybody to Coinbase because it's easy. It's like, go to Coinbase. If you can't figure it out, then you're not built for this world.
I think the credit card is a huge thing. I think you read a few articles and they're like, oh, most of the people buying crypto are doing it with credit cards. And, these articles make it out to seem like it's really bad. And I don't think the articles are taken into account. Coinbase is the biggest place to get crypto. And the easiest method is just doing your weekly credit card limit. So
honestly,
I always see that
scares me a little bit to hear that so many people are buying on their credit cards. Like, it's clear that a lot of people getting involved have no idea what they're doing.
Like, even seeing guys talking about how they put $500K from a business loan into BitConnect. To me, that's just along the same lines of, holy shit, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, don't put yourself into a hole just to think you can possibly get rich.
Hey, Beast, I have a question. So you're a pretty young guy, right? So how has crypto kind of changed your life, let's say in the past year or 2 years? How has it kind of shaped how you feel, how you kind of live? And if anything on that, you can comment. Because I think that's a gigantic aspect that people kind of look for, is for crypto to kind of improve their livelihood and give them more freedom.
Yeah, ironically, it hasn't changed my life very much at all. And I'm not saying that I haven't made some good money on crypto, because let me tell you, I've made some damn good money on crypto.
Oh yeah.
But
you crush it.
I haven't really spent any of it. I mean, I've taken profits, but I just don't do anything with it. I'm trying to figure out where the fuck I should put it now, because I feel like if I make one wrong move, like say I get a really nice car. The second I drive out of the lot with that car, there goes like, I don't know, $100,000. That's a nice car. Asset. I mean, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you look at the stock market. That's where I was looking to put in some money. And the stock market is going to the fucking moon right now. Actually, if there's a reason why Bitcoin has been taking a dump recently, and honestly, it looks like it's bouncing back pretty fast. But if there's a reason why it's been doing poorly, I think it's because maybe investors are getting distracted by the stock market, which has just gone up 10% in the last month, I think.
Which is amazing for the stock market.
Yeah, right. But I also think that's leading to that's creating kind of a bubble over there. So I don't want to put my money in a bubble. I mean, if I'm going to do that, I'd have to take it out before the year is up and then pay like 40%.
Yeah, valuations are getting a little stretched in the equity markets. I would agree. Mm-hmm. That's kind of my real life is somewhat related to that. So I would agree.
Back to your question though, about how my life, everyone's trying to make their lives better with crypto. In reality, I'm still living in my parents' basement here. And I'm just going to be honest about that. And it's not like I'm really worried about it. I mean, I can move out whenever I want, but for the last year, it's been 24/7 crypto. Like if I had taken time to move, that I would have had to spend a lot of capital just moving.
Beast is just this young kid who's gonna drive out of his parents' house in a Ferrari or a Lamborghini in 6 months to some gigantic mansion on the water and just be like, finally, I get to spend some of this shit, and just gonna be like an absolute balling out of control motherfucker for a few months at least.
I get it though, right? It's hard. You want to go spend money because you're like, shit, yeah, I've never had money before. Let's fucking go party, let's treat myself. But then you think about it and it's like,
you have to do a little bit of that.
But then you think,
But I could put it in Ripple. Guys.
Well, I was listening to, a lot of Lil Pump the other day and a lot of Gucci Gang. It was blasting. And I was like, I got to treat myself to some Gucci shoes. So I'm going and I'm looking at these things. And they're like, $1,200, $1,400. And I'm like, yeah, I should do this. And then I'm, the other side of me is like, are you a fucking idiot? Like, why the hell are you going to pay that much on shoes? So of course I backed out. But it was like,
I have a confession. Dude, I bought these $2,600 Gucci shoes like probably 3 weeks ago. These crocodile shoes that I post on Twitter, and like 90% of the comments were like, "Are those supposed to be attractive? Those are fucking hideous. Like, what's wrong with you?" And I was like, "Oh god, well, yeah, I'm quite douchey for this." But
don't post shit on Twitter about things that you've bought with crypto.
I love
you
them,
will
though.
get torn apart. Okay.
Truth.
Like if you're spending your money that was in crypto, you could like be living like a king, and people would just be like, "Dude, you could have made so much money if you just stayed in. You fucking idiot."
Oh well.
I just think that's hilarious.
Beast, if I could still live in my parents' bed or not bedroom, Jesus, if I could still live in their basement.
Thank you very much.
Stilldale?
If I could, oh shit, yeah, man, I would have my laundry would be clean, folded, put away. Yeah. I'd have supper, breakfast ready every goddamn morning. I totally would.
Same. No rent?
No bills.
Take me back.
Mom, take me back.
Yo, Beast, please. I got to ask you, man. So you were, you're a student. Did you end up dropping out or did you keep pursuing it even though crypto is taking up so much time? Because like I'm in school right now and I don't know what the hell to do, man. Like I don't know what the hell to do. Crypto takes up everything.
Beast, before you answer, hang on. Disclaimer to people listening. These guys have been in it for a long time.
Yeah.
If you just got in and are listening and hear these two talk, they've been in it for a couple years.
Don't
you're just
follow
fresh in, like say Thanksgiving, anytime last year, just fast forward a little bit. Okay, go ahead, Beast.
Yeah, for sure. So honestly, the last 4 years of my life have just been a crazy roller coaster. Like every year I do something different. And what I mean by that is the people I hang around are different. Whatever I'm doing for money or school has been different. Just my entire lifestyle or personality changes at this incredibly rapid pace, which is a little bit scary. And I feel like I'll probably have identity crisis at some point or another. But
dude, that still happens to me and I'm 28, so don't worry.
I'm 31 and yes, check.
But yeah, so let's see. My life's kind of since in 2014 into 2015, I did what's called the PSEO program here in Minnesota, which is where I'm from, by the way. Prince, I feel you on the cold. It has been really freaking cold. I listened to the podcast and you keep complaining about it. I was like, I know, I'm living in this shit. And it has been a brutally cold winter, by the way. I don't know if you guys don't really understand how bad it's been, but it's been bad.
I beg to differ. By you guys, you're talking to Killer and the people listening. Yeah. Because in Iowa, it has been... I bet you we've had more days in negative digits.
See, I've heard stories that Minnesota, like they get Canadian winters. So, like, Beast understands.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They do.
Oh, it's bad.
Beast, you had a tweet that was like, I think it was like from a month or two ago, where you were like, I know I'm a good trader. Like, I want to be a fucking great trader. It was just like super, like, there's a lot of like attitude and like sass, but I loved it. It was amazing. Like,
thanks.
Can you comment on that sort of mindset and how you take it into trading?
Well, I think it really depends on the market, because right now, if I were to go in with that kind of attitude, I'd get fucked in the ass. It would be bad. Like if you had altcoins for the last week, and I'm almost always in altcoins. Like I know a lot of people say diversify your portfolio into like mainly in Bitcoin, but honestly, I see Bitcoin kind of as an altcoin at this point. It has its purpose, but there are also other projects worth investing in. And if you were holding those for the last 2 weeks, you probably got screwed over pretty hard. So I think that it really depends on whether the market's bullish or not. And when it was bullish, I was making more than I've ever made as a trader, which I mean is only 2 years.
When it comes fast. And
yeah, I mean, December was an incredible month. I will be surprised if we see another month like that. We probably will see another month like that, but it will surprise me.
What's your outlook on like the next, like, let's say 3 to 4 months, just like semi short term?
I think things are going to be cooling off for a bit. Some altcoins just saw massive runs. Like they've gone up faster percentage wise than I've ever seen them go up before. Together, it would be better if they went one by one, but you know the world isn't perfect. So you can't just hop on one train and then get off and get on another one anymore. Right now, all the altcoins and Bitcoin even, they all move together. So for the next 3 to 4 months, I would say Bitcoin's probably going to... I'm still bullish on it because of the situation with the US dollar, which has just been doing terribly. Yeah, I mean, like I took profits last month, and a lot of people, of course, gave me shit for taking profits. And I don't really take too much to heart about that, but I do see the fact that even though I just sold and Bitcoin went down after I sold, even though I put it into US dollars right away, I still haven't allocated it into a different place yet, and that's gone down 3%. Like the US dollar, the world's currency, reserve currency went down 3%. That isn't normal. That just doesn't happen. At least not regularly. And that was in 10 days, by the way. Crazy. That went down 3% in 10 days. So yeah, I don't know. I'm bullish on Bitcoin, definitely. If you guys have ever looked into gold or silver, which is what I've seen some guys talking about on Twitter, it's cool. You know, silver and gold. You get a block of metal.
I took a chunk out and I decided instead of going to cash, I was just going to go into metals and figure I'd be happier like that. So that's what I'm rocking.
Yeah. And it's a good idea. I think it's a great investment right now, at least long term, especially with the way the stock market looks right now. You're not going to want to go put your money in there. So where else are people going to put their money other than precious metals when the stock market starts going down too?
That's the thing. I've been spending so much time just trying to figure out, okay, if I want to diversify this crypto portfolio, but I don't want to get into the stock market, what are my options here? And you're pretty limited on options, you got your metals. Who knows? You could even dive into the diamond investing gig, which I was actually looking into that, and that seems like an interesting area, but I feel like I would get swindled too fast.
Yeah, I don't know. Diamonds always sketched me out. Like I haven't done any research on diamonds, but
it's weird because they don't have a market price like say gold or silver where it's, through the day you can just check on it. So, to me, it's like, oh yeah, I'm going to get some jeweler if I want to sell or something, thinking I should get a profit, and he'll just try to swindle me somehow. So it's tough to try to figure out what to diversify into,
Yeah.
It's not easy. Land.
Mm-hmm. And like you said, there aren't a lot of good options right now. Generally, you want to buy when the market is flat and just turning bullish for the first time. And that's why I'm a little bit sketched out by altcoins right now, because half of them have already gone to the moon. And then you've got the stock market, which is currently going to the moon. And you've got metals, which are pretty flat right now. And that's why I think that might be a good place to park your cash.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of did some diversifying the other day, and
nice.
My wife and I are looking at buying some land. As Beast in Iowa, it's kind
of good, man.
An island? Is that what you said? An island?
An island.
Land.
Oh, just land. Okay. An island.
Yeah, no, not an island.
Well, like what the Sopranos episode. Buy land, God ain't making any more of it. So that's like my favorite quote. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Beast, we're going to do a segment that we'd like to call bullish or bearish. We basically just give you a coin. We'll give you the current price. And you just give us your kind of immediate outlook on where you think the coin's going, whether it's, you're bullish or bearish on it, just kind of what you think.
Yeah, sure.
First coin we're going to talk about is Stellar. The symbol is XLM. On Poloniex, for some reason, it's still STR. Current price is about 64 cents or about 5,500 Satoshi. What do you think about Stellar?
From what I've heard, it's a great project. I think that a lot of people would be surprised that I say that. But I've heard really good things about Stellar as compared to Ripple, which is kind of where it came from. The way it was created was at least this is what I heard, was that one of the core members of the Ripple team ventured off and started his own project and called it Stellar, or Stellar Lumens. And that's where we have our XLM and STR coming from. Am I bullish or bearish on it? I guess it's kind of hard to say. It's still going up, which is really surprising to me. I managed to catch a lot of the run. I would not buy it now. I think that if you were to get in right now, you're basically buying the top. It's gone up just a ridiculous amount.
It's insane.
I think it's gone up over.
I'm looking at the chart
10
right
times.
It's complete parabolic.
And that's without factoring in Bitcoin. It's gone up 10 times without factoring in Bitcoin over the last 2 months, I think. I think it was 2 months. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, the other thing I've been worried about is the volume dropping on it. So I don't have any Stellar anymore, and I don't intend to buy any. I think it had its run, and it's going to be going down from now on.
Yeah, I don't have any. I think the volume is definitely a big question mark, although I have heard from people that Stellar is actually a really enjoyable platform for developers to work on. So I've heard that from some smart people. I really have no idea how to comment on that myself, but that's definitely a bullish thing if that's true. And I did see an article in the news today where some company or coin or something chose Stellar over Ripple to do some kind of transaction platform. That's completely vague, but I did see some kind of significant company choose them. So interesting. So I'd go semi-bullish, I guess.
Interesting. Yeah, no, I definitely would be bullish if it didn't look like it does now, like the chart does.
See, I'm just looking at the weekly candle, and the weekly candle is it's fucking ridiculous. This weekly is insane. But yeah, it's at the same time, I have no interest to me a chart like this on buying something because, you said, Beast, it's so overextended already. And granted, it is crypto and things can go just fully retarded, if they want to. They can just get out of control.
Yeah.
But yeah, this isn't something that I would really play. But then again, I don't really know much about the platform, so I can't make a fair assessment, I don't think, on the fundamental side or anything like that.
Yeah, I'd mirror that. I don't really have formulated my own opinion on this. I bought it a while ago and sold it for some profit.
Nice.
And one of my things is not really to dive back into something if I sold it for a profit and kick my ass. So I won't be buying it. But
I think you could separate us into two, or separate the areas of thought into two separate areas. You got the one side, which is fundamentals. And I think fundamentally, from what I've heard, and I'm not a fundamental trader, I do try to only invest in fundamentally strong projects. But fundamentally, from what I've heard, it seems like a great deal. On the other hand, I am a technical trader. I trade on technical analysis first and foremost. And I'm definitely not, I would not be buying right now based on technical analysis.
All right. Next one we're going to talk about is Monero. Current price is $326 USD. Satoshi wise, you are looking at 0.028.
Mm-hmm. I like Monero.
Yeah, I like it too. I think I would be bullish on it. It's got one of the strongest trends in crypto. If you flip onto if you're looking at the US dollar value and flip it onto the log chart, it's just been a straight line, very sustainable growth on Monero. And I haven't heard any hype about it, which is why I like it.
Mm-hmm. Very true. I'm bullish as shit. I'm built mainly because I'm bullish on privacy coins this year is the big thing. And Killer talked. This is one of his more successful shills to me. So he talked me into buying this, I don't know, month ago, would you say?
Probably a little longer than that, I would think.
Yeah, probably a lot longer than that. So I think it's, I just like it.
Yeah, I feel like Monero's got to be one of those coins that big investors just want to go hard into because of its stability.
Yeah, Monero, I'm super bullish on, exactly like you said, Beast. This is one of the coins that institutional investors are super bullish on because the use case and the valuation for it is easy to understand. So traditional investors, they want something they can compare to stocks, to bonds, to some kind of traditional asset with either revenue, cash flow, whatever you want to use. So with Monero, it's sort of this idea that it's a digital gold replacement that serves that purpose a little bit better than something like Bitcoin does because it's anonymous, it's hard to trace. So it's a good fit for people who want to hide assets. So there's a market cap for gold. There's a market cap for hidden assets. And people who are big investors, like institutional investors, like you said, they like having something like that they can compare it to. So yeah. I'm super bullish on Monero. I think it's going way higher. I think it's super undervalued.
I'm going to echo what you said, Killer. I'm with you. I like Monero.
Next coin we're going to talk about is Ethereum. Current price is $1,071. Satoshi-wise, you're looking at 0.092, roughly.
Let's see. I think I'd go bullish. I don't think it would be a very sane prediction to be bearish on Ethereum. It basically has just gone up and then gone sideways and then gone up again for the last 2 or 3 years. So definitely bullish. And that would be in US dollar value and Bitcoin value. I think it's still going up.
Trying to pull up the chart here, but I can tell you I'm bullish because I bought the top. Thanks to Killer again. Just kidding. I
would never.
Just to reiterate something too, don't ever let anyone talk you into buying anything. He said it, he was bullish on it, and I did my own research and turned me into being bullish too. But just bullish on it.
Alrighty. Next coin I want to talk about is, let's talk a little bit about the coin everybody loves, Ripple. Currently at 132 US dollar.
I got the next one, Killer.
Definitely bearish on Ripple. I'm pretty certain that's going straight back down to, well, I've heard a lot of good things from the kind of people that want to get invested into Ripple, but the fundamentals for Ripple, I just can't get behind. We're talking about crypto here. There's a reason we all like crypto, and Ripple has none of those reasons. So yeah, no, bearish.
I'm bearish as shit on it too. I fucking hate it. Next question.
Bullish. The price is like 132 right now. It's going up. Okay, everybody? Buy right now. Not investment advice.
So the next one, Beast, I want to get your opinion on, only if it's going to be good.
Sure.
Lux coin.
Lux coin. I haven't looked at Lux coin. Hold on. Let me pull up the chart. That's been hyped, though. I've seen a lot of hype about that coin.
So I'm bullish as shit. I tweeted about it the other day that I'm extremely bullish. Web wallet's coming out. You can stake from, it's supposed to be today, but they just announced a little bit ago that it's going to be delayed a little bit. We got smart contracts on the February 15th. SegWits are going to do a coin burn on the 15th, 300,000 coin supply burn. So I think it's, I'm pretty bullish on it. It's one of my bigger bags. So
yeah, it looks all right. I don't really know much about the project and have not been following it very well, so I don't really know how much you'd like to value my opinion. But
next coin, then.
Yeah, let's go to the next one. Pass.
I think that's.
What else you got, Killer?
I mean, we did like 5, right? Is there anything else anybody wants to touch on? Any low cap babies, anything like that?
No, I would like to get Beast your opinion on the whole BitConnect thing.
Oh,
my opinion?
Yeah.
What opinion is there to give?
So
except for a negative.
I get asked a lot. Let's just do this. I get asked a lot if they say I'm holding BitConnect still, and my first thing is I want to scream and say, I tweeted that it was a goddamn scam a long time ago.
Yeah, I told everyone that was holding it and knew it was a scam to unfollow me because they just, honestly, if you're in BitConnect or if you were in BitConnect before it broke down, I mean, obviously now it's a different story kind of, but before it broke down, if you knew it was a scam and you were invested, I just don't understand what was going through people's minds to do that. And there were people who went all in BitConnect, like
totally
took out loans,
disgusting.
mortgages on their house.
Yeah.
I just don't really understand what they were thinking.
Well,
I was just looking in the Bitcoin Trey's Telegram cult chat, and it doesn't appear he's in there very much anymore. But holy crap, is there some pissed off people?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you have people like allegedly taking out hits on this guy.
Yeah, they're saying like there's a fund, they're collecting money, and like he's being watched, and it's all this stuff. And who knows if it's true?
His family's being watched.
Who knows if it's true? But at the same time, you just don't know who you're fucking over.
I definitely believe it. If you're in crypto, it's super easy to get on that shady stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where originally it got, where crypto originally got traction was on the dark web.
Silk Road.
Silk Road, for instance, you could hire hitmen on there. I'm pretty sure they didn't want people hiring hitmen, but I'm also pretty sure that people did.
Yeah. At the same time, I mean, I agree. I think Ross Ulbricht, the guy who ran Silk Road, I think he got a raw deal, but he did kind of, I think he was caught trying to hire a hitman to kill somebody. So I don't think he actually did it, but still, I think the evidence was there that he tried to. So it's a tough thing.
Right.
I don't know. I don't like it overall, but.
As far as my opinion on, I don't know if you're asking me for my opinion on the price, but I think it's worthless. Anything that they bought into was just hot air and lies.
Yeah.
You guys got anything chapping your ass?
I'm going shitty drivers again. Learn how to drive, people. This is one of my biggest pet peeves.
Yeah, I don't know. Life is good for the moment, so I don't really got anything to complain about.
Friday, so that's awesome.
Yeah, actually, my old car got broken into. That was fun this morning.
Oh.
That's kind of chapping my ass a
Yeah.
little bit, but good other than that.
Beast, you got any final parting words? Anything you want to add? Pump.
Not really, I guess. I didn't really come on with the message to give. Dang. I should have thought about that. That I guess I'm just really looking forward to the future of cryptocurrency. I know a lot of people are thinking that they might be getting in too late still, but in reality, over the next maybe in the short term they're right, but on the long term, we're like decades we're talking, they couldn't possibly be earlier. This is the best possible time to get in. If you keep waiting, you're just going to be making a mistake, because crypto is here to stay. And honestly, like I was going to say this earlier, but if you're investing in gold or silver, it's a huge pain in the ass. You have to figure out where to put it, how to store it, how to protect it. Things that you don't have to worry about when you're dealing with crypto, or it's extremely easy to think about. You're not hauling around like 100 pounds of metal in a backpack.
A bunch of metal bars.
But yeah, and I do think that there's a huge market for crypto, especially as fiat currencies begin their decline once and for all.
Yeah, for sure. I got asked that the other day too. Someone said, "Am I too late?" I said, "Absolutely not." I mean,
it's tough for me to tell people like, "Oh yeah, go buy it," if they have like a short-term view, because it's like most of us, we got in at a lot cheaper levels, levels that I don't even know if we'll see again. But
no, I don't think so. But even so, like I say this all the time to people, I thought I was too late in 2015 and 2016. So it's all relative.
Yeah.
I mean, you look back now, that seems like an absurd notion that you'd be too late in 2015. But I mean, you very well may look back 2 or 3 years from now and look at the prices right now and go, oh my God, you could buy, $11,000 Bitcoin or $300 Monero. Like, are you kidding me?
Right. Well, Beast, appreciate your time. I was real pumped for this episode. I think we all were, and definitely didn't disappoint. So thanks for your knowledge, your posts on Twitter, your charting, all that stuff is on point, and appreciate it.
Of course. Thanks for having me on, guys. It's been an honor.
Yeah, thanks for it.
Thank you, bro.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for listening out there, everybody. Tip your damn waitress. Take care. Peace out. Have a good weekend.